The secret is out. I ranked every modern booster box from Sword and Shield base all the way up to pitch black and found there are some secrets. There are some very, very good opportunities that you wouldn't think of when it comes to investing in booster boxes. Now, let me talk you through some theory for the first 2 minutes before we jump into this ranking. Now, that just shows these videos are very much live, one take, not edited. So let's talk about booster box theory. When it comes to booster box pricing, I've talked about this before. I've talked about total set value and current booster box price. And the bigger that ratio, the more opportunity there is for a booster box to grow. Because what inevitably happens is that booster boxes will always come into parity with their total set value. Now, total set value explains itself. It is literally the value of every single card inside the set added together. And booster box price, of course, that's just market booster box price. They're the two figures we're looking at. What is the ratio? What is the relationship between total set value of a set and its given booster box? There is a multiplier effect there. If the total set value is $1,000 and the booster box price is $250, the total set value is 4 times the booster box price. Now, there has not been one booster box in history, as they get some age behind them, where the booster box price hasn't crept up to or overtaken the total set value. And the relationship or the ratio has always been on point. The stronger the total set value, the stronger the future box price. So then you go, well, why don't we just buy the highest total set value out of any given set? And it's like, well, yeah, you could. That makes sense. And in fact, you're probably going to go quite well with it. But if you look at current booster box pricing, there needs to be some ploys or some plays put in place, because when sets come out and they're half decent, like I'm talking sets like Phantasmal Flames or Destined Rivals, what happens is booster box price shoots straight up. And then the question becomes, does it make more sense investing into Destined Rivals at $475, or does it make more sense investing into Perfect Order at $200? Does Perfect Order have a better opportunity to double, so go from $200 to $400, than Destined Rivals does, going from $475 up to $950? That's where the science or the maths actually lies. Now, by all means, go ahead and buy Evolving Skies. Go ahead and buy, the top sets of any era. You're going to perform incredibly well. But I suppose in this economy, in this climate, dollars matter. Not everyone can go out and afford an Evolving Skies booster box. So this is where these videos really come into place, because there are some important plays to be made. Now, just remember, when it comes to total set value, this is aggregate value. This is not the expected value that you're going to get from a booster box. You could open a booster box and pull absolutely nothing. You could open a $475 Destined Rivals booster box and pull $50 of value. You just could. On average, every booster box has an expected value. This isn't a video about that. This is a video about where I see some opportunities presenting themselves. So let's jump into it. Here's the top 10. And like I said, this is from Sword and Shield base right through to now. What is the best multiplier effect? And therefore, what has the best opportunity for quick growth? Keep in mind, of course, all of these sets, particularly Mega Block and some of the latter Scarlet and Violet, so I shouldn't say all, but those ones, they have every chance of being reprinted. They just do. The new printing factory's opening. These could all get reprinted. Mega Evolution and, where are we up to now? Twilight Masquerade onwards? Or is it Temporal Forces onwards? Anyway, latter Scarlet and Violet, base onwards for Mega Evolution could get reprinted. So let's look at it. Number 10 on the list here, Temporal Forces. And here's where you think. Well, I didn't think of some of these sets as being good investments, but you know what? They actually can be. Temporal Forces, $313 booster box, $1,319 total set value. And where does total set value come from? You got to remember, of course, the majority of the total set value comes from the main chase cards inside the set. The main chase cards are so important to future box price. They just are. It is written in stone. Now, some sets can have incredible amount of depth, and we find that in Scarlet and Violet era, where because there's so many nice illustration rares, you can have quite a high total set value without having an expensive chase card. So that's why, in my opinion, Temporal Forces has come in at number 10. If this had, for argument's sake, a very strong chase card sitting at the top of the list there, it would be stronger. But we look at this, there's 4.2 times the value in the total set than what there is the booster box. Now, you could take that with a grain of salt and say, Pokeoz, your argument's way off, but I've done the numbers on this for countless era after era after era, and the total set value is so important to the booster box, the final booster box price. It just is. Look at it from history. Go to EX era. The most expensive booster box, Team Rocket Returns. What's got the highest total set value? Team Rocket Returns. Go to Skyridge. It has the highest total set value out of any set ever made in Pokemon history. And it's one of the most expensive booster boxes, only probably eclipsed by, first edition base set, which also has an astronomical total set value, but it's also got nostalgia behind it. Go to Black and White era. Go to XY era. You'll find the exact same thing. The highest total set value has the highest booster box price. Number 9 on the list is Twilight Masquerade. I've been spruiking Twilight Masquerade for a while. And the reason for that is, so its booster box price, obviously a little bit more expensive than Temporal Forces at $356, but its total set value is a little bit higher at just over $1,500. 4.26 times the value in the booster box versus the total set value there. And the great thing that's going for Twilight Masquerade is, yes, there's some depth with the illustration rares, which most Scarlet and Violet sets have. And that's great because it makes for a better opening experience. It's not like Evolving Skies where it's literally boom or bust. There is a really good opening experience in this. And that's the other thing you've got to think about. Who is going to buy your product in the future? If you're investing in a booster box, you've got to sell it to make money. It doesn't make money just sitting there. Yes, it might make some paper unrealized gains, but it's not until you sell that box that you've cashed in and you've profited. So think about your buyers. You're going to have investor selling to investor, like Twilight Masquerade right now. People aren't really buying it to open it. People are buying it to reinvest in it. But you are going to have openers as well, but predominantly it's rip and shippers, or it's someone with a content creating channel where they're opening it for the content and the revenue and the views and the clicks. And you're also going to have people buy it just for a sealed collection. They're your 3 buying types. So think about that. If there's lots of illustration rares plus big chases to come, it makes for a better opening experience. And therefore, it makes for more buyers. That's why, look, and it's a two-edged sword. You could have Evolving Skies, which is, maybe a poor opening experience if you don't pull anything. But if you do pull something, geez, it makes for a great opening experience. Pulling an Evolution, pulling Umbreon, that's where you're going to get views from. So people like to buy into that sort of thing. Number 8 on the list, and this is a really good example, is Paldea Evolved. $476 booster box price, $2,134 total set value. You can already see from these 3 Scarlet and Violet examples that there is clearly a relationship between box price and total set value. We've just gone 3 steps up. Temporal, Twilight, Paldea. Total set value has increased across all 3. And what do you know? Booster box prices increased across all 3. Of course, they're still collectibles. There'll be less and less of them on the market. As age goes by and they get some age behind them, as time goes by and they get some age behind them, they're just going to naturally go up. It seems to be a natural attrition rule when it comes to Pokemon. As more age gets behind it, it goes up. That's why some of the base sets that have really weak total set values still have high booster box prices. But you know what? They're not as high. Like XY base has quite a high booster box price and it's got no hits really inside it. But it's not as high as the better sets. It's not as high as Phantom Forces. It's not as high as XY Flashfire because it's not as strong a total set value. So don't forget about that as well. Paldea Evolved 4.48 times the value there. Number 7 on the list, we're going all the way back to Sword and Shield. Chilling Reign, really good opportunity. And look, we've been saying this for a while, and I'm guilty of this as well. PokeTubers have been saying for a long time that Chilling Reign is a great investment. And look, long term it will be. It's just there was so much supply of it. And that's the other thing you got to remember. There's so much supply of modern booster boxes. They're not going to go up at the same rate as what they went up in the past. Unless it's a phenomenal set like Evolving Skies, they're just not going to go up like they used to. There's too much supply of them these days. That's not to say you can't make amazing gains from them. Modern Sealed has plenty of life left in it and there'll be plenty of gains to be made. Chilling Reign, $1,994 total set value, $429 box price, 4.64. that's really solid. It's cheaper than a Paldea Evolved booster box, and it's an era older with some phenomenal artwork and some awesome chase cards inside it. Number 6 on the list, Paradox Rift. This is interesting. Why is Paradox Rift, even though it's pretty much, on the same page when it comes to temporal forces as total set value, why is it higher up the list? It's higher up the list because there's opportunity there in the booster box. The booster box price is cheaper. It's only $290 US. Paradox copped a somewhat okay reprint back in Scarlet and Violet era, and it was actually at distribution for quite some time sitting there. So you could scoop purchase this up if you wanted to. 4.74 times the value, the total set value versus the booster box price there. Before we jump into the top 5, I did want to give you a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. There'll be a link in the description to download it. It's such a good app. It's got everything you possibly need. You can add in all your sealed, all your singles, English, Japanese. You can look at set analytics, which is so important to things like I'm talking about at the moment. As an investor, you need to know about set analytics. You need to know about the top chase cards. This app has it all. You can put your whole portfolio in there, so your total value. You can see market movers on your portfolio. It has everything you need inside there. Even tells you if you're making a fair trade with someone. Like, how good is this app? It's the best. Go ahead, download it. There'll be a link in the description. Right, the top 5. This is really interesting. It's really interesting to see what number 1 is. So number 5 on this list, and these two actually surprised me, 5 and 4, is Perfect Order. I think one thing you got to keep in mind, Perfect Order, $984 total set value, $206 booster box, 477. 4.77 is the multiplier effect from booster box price to total set value there. Now look, if Perfect Order cops reprints, damn, like that's going to squash, it will squash booster box price. It will also squash total set value. But at the moment, it's a cheap box. We haven't seen, and look, you can get them cheaper than $206. I've seen them like $175 US, $180 US. So in fact, it's probably a little bit higher up the list, this box, but you can see from these numbers, there's opportunity there on boxes that we haven't seen this sort of opportunity for. And you go back to Scarlet and Violet era, which is literally only an era ago, to Temporal Forces and Paradox Rift. And these boxes were about that price. In fact, they were probably a little bit cheaper than this. And all of a sudden they've jumped up to over $300. And people were saying the same thing. People were saying, oh, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, they're just filler sets before we get, something better, before we get Surging Sparks, before we get Destined Rivals. These are just filler sets. Look at them now. For a filler set, they've actually performed quite well. So we can say all we like that Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, etc., they're just filler sets, but they're actually performing quite well. Now, I haven't included Pitch Black just because it's so new. It's hard with the data on that. It's hard to say, like, you've got to give it a little bit of time for the singles pricing to sink in a little bit. Number 4 on the list is Chaos Rising. Very similar total set value to Perfect Order. Booster box prices are sort of around that same price. You've got the Greninja chase card inside there. It is 5.16, so you could also argue probably Perfect Order's around the same spot. So we could probably rank these together, really, Perfect Order and Chaos Rising. But what it shows us is there's opportunity there with cheap booster boxes. And again, that goes back to the question, are you more likely to double your money on Perfect Order and Chaos Rising than double your money on Evolving Skies? Will Evolving Skies go from $2,500 to $5,000 quicker than Destined Rivals, than Perfect Order or Chaos Rising will go from, $180 to $350, $360? It's a really important question to ask yourself. Number 3 on the list is Destined Rivals. Here we go, we're into the top 3. $2,400 total set value, $472 booster box. There was a small reprint, UK saw one, US has seen a small reprint. The price that these boxes are getting passed on, though, to stores from distribution is quite expensive. We have seen a small retraction in the booster box price, but it probably hasn't come back as fast or as much as people would have thought. Interesting, booster boxes are getting a huge lack of reprints. And when they do, they're very, very small. So, and then even if it does happen, like the prices that they're coming from distribution is astronomical. Like they're not being passed on as $150 booster boxes. Like, I've heard stories that they're coming out at, $350, $400 still. And it's like, well, that's not going to affect the market price all that much if that happens. But with this reprint, what it goes to show is that Destined Rivals 5.22 booster box, total set value. It does have the highest total set value out of any Scarlet and Violet set. Now, it's not massive like Evolving Skies, but what you've got to remember, 6 to 12 months after Evolving Skies came out, it also had a total set value around $2,500, similar to Destined Rivals. So what we could see is once Destined Rivals moves out of rotation, we could see a similar thing. We could see a bump up in total set value. It could go to 3,000, 3,500, 4,000. If that happens, the box always plays catch up to that total set value. It will rise the price of the booster box up. So I actually think there's a really good investing opportunity with Destined Rivals there. Number 2 on the list is Surging Sparks. We've been saying probably for the last 3 months, this is one of the biggest no-brainers. Total set value is $1,500. I think if we were to rank the best booster boxes from Scarlet and Violet era, we didn't get that absolute banger that knocked everything out of the park in Sword and Shield era like Evolving Skies, but we'd have to say Destined Rivals is well and truly up there. In fact, it's probably number 1. And then, sets like Paldea Evolved and Surging Sparks are probably, around that number 2 spot, of course. And then, sets like Twilight Masquerade, in my opinion, are probably on par with Surging, if not a little bit better. But Surging Sparks, it's arguably one of the top booster boxes from Scarlet and Violet era. $1,500 total set value, $295 box price. Like it's a cheap box. There's opportunities there. There's plenty of supply of Surging Sparks because it did get a lot of supply at launch of the booster box. 5.29 times the price. But the really surprising one, to finish off this video, the secret is out. The number 1 booster box that it seems from a ratio perspective to invest in is Mega Evolution Base. Quite a high total set value. We've introduced these new hyper rares for Mega Evolution era, and it's the best base set we've seen in a long, long time. Look, the box art is boring. That hurts it for collectors of this box long term from a front on, put it in your display area. From an opening perspective, that buying type, it's going to be really, really strong. I think there's some good chase cards inside here. The gold cards are tough to gem. As a result, they're expensive in PSA 10s. And also from investor to investor, that buying type, base sets seem to perform unbelievably well sometimes. And it goes back to my comment about XY base. It goes to comments like Sword and Shield base. Yes, they have weak total set values, but base sets have this weird philosophy around them where they just seem to perform better than what they should perform. 6.83 times the value. Booster box through to total set value. That is by far the biggest difference right there. It's crazy, that difference. I just want to end this video to make you think about not changing how you want to invest in things. There's always going to be no-brainers. There's always, the Evolving Skies of the world, the 30th anniversary of the world. I know there's no booster box there. Even, the upcoming Delta Rain with Rayquaza, they feel like no-brainers. Destined Rivals felt like a no-brainer. But sometimes there's sneaky products, sneaky boxes that can outperform. And sometimes that's actually where you can make the most money. Like, you look at Paldean Fates when it came out, and you looked at the cards that were inside it, and you thought, well, this probably isn't going to be the best investment because it's got Bubble Mew and a Charizard and that's it. And it's like, well, actually, 3 chase cards, Bubble Mew, Charizard and Gardevoir, plus a few baby shinies, were enough to carry that product into the stratosphere. Sometimes you just don't know. And that's why it's good to diversify. That's why it's good to look at data like this to see that there are actually some plays out there where you don't have to spend copious amounts of money. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support and I look forward to catching you all next time.